What's up, Street Fighter fans? Doing a quick video about these new JADA Street Fighter action figures. I do not have Chun-Li, nobody does yet. But I kind of wanted to put a video out just to show how some of these guys are scaling. So I think it's a little bit frustrating that Ryu is about the same height as Fei Long. I mean, their shoulders, Ryu's shoulders are higher than his. So Ryu is in a way taller, but Fei Long has such a long head. So the problem with that is just that Fei Long has a bigger head. So I guess there was some scaling issues with Ryu. His head, I feel like, needs to be a little bit bigger. So here I have him standing next to. We got Soda Blanca. We have Soda Bison there, but I added a custom head from the Funko Savage World line, which I thought actually looked really good. We got another NECA figure back there, so we got a couple of NECAs, Guile and Akuma. And also, I really like this Playmates Chun-Li figure, so I started painting her. You know, I wanted to make her look less plasticky. I wanted to make her look like she, is a $20 figure, $25 figure, even though on her own, she looked pretty cheap. The way she came with her set with Michelangelo, yeah, she looked like a blow-up doll. So I put some shading. I'm caffeinated, my hands are twitching. Still having some issues covering up some of these spots, but I try to give her two-tone legs, to show off some of the muscles. The shading, I put gold trim as opposed to just the yellow paint that was there. So let's take her over here, see how she scales with Ryu. And it's not bad. She's a little bit on the tall side, which is okay because I think, Ryu, he's kind of a short guy himself. He's my height, about 5'10", 5'11", but I guess he's on the shorter end for the fighters in the video game. So if we stand back to back, again, it's not bad. Chun-Li's, give me 1 second. Chun-Li's draped over just a little bit. But yeah, so I'm such a scale Nazi. I even tried shaving her boots down just a little bit. So he should be a little bit taller than her. Maybe not. But it's close. And I don't know if I'm going to roll with this or not. If I'm going to get the JADA Chun-Li, I'm sure I won't be able to help myself. And I'll get it. But I think if you stand them up right, Ryu's a little bit taller than Chun-Li. So, again, I think Playmates made a really nice figure. I really do. And I don't think she scales that badly. I kind of like the idea of her being a little bit, maybe she's like 5'10", 5'9", Ryu being about, 5'10", 5'11". So, I don't think that's that bad. I might shave her down just a little bit more, just the feet, just to get her a little more in scale. Now, let's go see how she looks, or how the NECAs look. You guys might be curious about my Bison, so I'm going to get him, but let's just see how these NECAs scale real quick. Let's get Guile and Akuma. I had Chun-Li and Ryu from the NECA line, but the scaling was off on those figures, real bad. Chun-Li was about as tall as Ryu, which I guess, I'm making a complaint about that now, but and it's not bad. I mean, Guile looks a little huge in comparison, but Guile's supposed to be a bigger guy anyway in the video games. So I don't hate this, but I am going to give a review. I am going to see a review whenever, hopefully, JADA releases a Guile. And, let me put his arms down real quick. Stand by. I'm kind of hoping that they do release a Guile, in the next line. You know, they're really killing it with these figures, man. I mean, there's been plenty of videos done about the articulation and all that, so I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna bore you with those details. So here's Akuma. Here's how he scales with the demon himself, fucking Raging Demon or whatever. Hang on, give me a second. The Raging Demon, Akuma. These sandals always kind of threw me off in the way that he stands, but that's pretty damn good. I am all right with that 1,000% because I feel like Akuma is kind of a tank in a little bit. He's a little bit bigger than Ryu in the video games. So I kind of like that he's a boss like that. Oops. I kind of like that he's bigger. So, not a big problem with that. I really like this Akuma figure a lot. I'm not a big fan of the way the Soda Toys designed him. So he's going to be my Akuma. I don't think I'll buy a JADA Akuma, especially if he's the same height as Ryu. And I think they're trying to make these JADA figures more in scale with the Street Fighter game, the original, as opposed to, maybe some of their interpretations on the Alpha series and, Street Fighter 5, those types of games. Now you guys might be curious about my M. Bison, so this is my M. Bison. I mean, maybe it looks a little silly. I might take that off, but, I add some of this cloth right here from the Funko Savage World line, and then I added the Funko Savage World head. Like I said, I need to do a little better of the shading and stuff now that I got better at it with Chun-Li. But, it's a pretty cool figure. I like that he's bigger. It's kind of more like Alpha, so and it reminds me of the animated movie as well. When Bison was a little bigger, and Ken and Ryu had to team up and take him down. And I'm all right with this too. I mean, Ryu may be a little shrimpy on the shrimpy side. I would have. I mean, in a perfect world, I would have made him just a little bit bigger. A bigger head. But all in all, I think it works. It looks good. Overall, I'm really pleased with these figures. This is a figure I've kind of been waiting for my whole life. I love Ryu. I love Street Fighter. Ryu is the first IP that I ever obsessed over. Street Fighter was. So again, man, really happy with these figs. I think that me personally, I don't like to buy all the figures from one line because everything ends up just kind of looking too uniform. So go out and get these, man. Go get them. I would. I did. I got Ryu on Entertainment Earth pre-order. Came in with no troubles. And, couldn't be happier with them, really. I think that I guess the next line I would like to see them put out would be, I think obviously a Guile and Cammy, I think would be great. Street Fighter's females are a little underrepresented in the toys. So, yeah, enjoying it. Really like it. Go get them.